Three common Pokemon where I'm from in Kalos are Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. While their evolved forms aren't nearly as common, I've been able to document those, and I thought today's video should be about them. Chespin is a sleepy little guy with some utility as a portable ground for electricians. It's used to sitting down for long periods of time and doesn't really like to battle. It's got a move called Ground It that heals 30% of its total HP when electric-type attacks go in its direction for the next 5 turns. Chespin is also known for its startling Thunder Shock. Fennekin is a robotic Pokemon built to be a companion. It can live off the heat energy from someone's cuddles, though it certainly appreciates a bit of sunbathing as well, especially after a battle. Its move is Software Update, which boosts its defense and special attack by 1 stage. Fennekin's Powder Snow can leave you with a pretty bad freezer burn. Froakie is a prolific Pokemon that's used by most of the trainers I knew from Vaniville Town. That place was infested with these poison Froakie, which kept it safe for quite a while. Unfortunately, that didn't deter those mega trainers. Anyway, Froakie is known for its ever-poisoning Poison Dart attack, but it also has an explosive Ember. I met Chespin's evolved form very recently. At first we thought it was wild, but it turns out it's got a very cool trainer. It's a very robust Pokemon with armor that can deflect just about any physical attack. Its affinity for electricity has grown, and I've seen its powerful Thunder Punch in person. Its trainer, whose name is Lena, loves to tinker with all sorts of gadgets and machinery. Her Pokemon helps with the heavy lifting and sometimes gives her a jolt to power a device or wake her up in the morning. It seems to have a nice mix of power and control over said power. It evolves from Chespin at level 20. Quilladin is a ground-type Pokemon with the abilities Static, Lightning Rod, and hidden ability Bulletproof. It learns hardcore moves like Hammer Arm and Bulk Up. It seems like Quilladin also prefers not to fight, though it's pretty darn good at it. It spends most of its day resting, and the rest of it foraging and eating berries. It doesn't like most meat, but it seems to have enjoyed a bit of fried Pidgeotto legs. Who doesn't like fried Pidgeotto though, even if it is a cursed bug thing? Despite its low offensive stats, Quilladin's bulk, typing, and move pool makes it really nice to have. Static isn't the world's greatest ability, but it's nice for this physically defensive Pokemon. A competitive set might have Earthquake, Spike, Slack Off, and Volt Switch. Lena insists on keeping Bite though. The professor I used to work with in Vaniville Town had lots of Fennekin, but his most prized Pokemon was one that evolved. He actually designed the upgrade and told me he had to diverge from the original Braixen design because he couldn't figure out how to get it to balance on 2 legs. Something about a gyroscope. It also has an updated microphone and speaker on its cheeks to allow for louder and more diverse vocalizations. The puffs on its ears absorb heat energy to transform into power, and it can now survive on minimal human contact as long as the temperature is above 20 degrees Celsius. Fennekin should have enough experience to upgrade at level 20. Braixen is a Steel-type Pokemon with the abilities Download, Analytic, and hidden ability Magician. It learns cool moves like Foul Play, Smart Strike, and Psycho Cut. Braixen uses the blade in its tail to attack its opponents, and sometimes it even shoots it out or holds it near its mouth with magnets. Braixen is super adept with its blade and gets horribly stressed if the blade is lost or damaged. The Pokemon loves to fight, so its blade gets worn down quickly, but that'll regenerate as long as Braixen is provided with enough heat energy. If the blade breaks, Braixen will need to find scrap metal and a very strong heat source to mold the blade back. Braixen's got nice special attack and decent physical defense, but the main thing going for it is its steel typing. With Download and Software Update, it could be pretty threatening for something that either can't hit it hard or is just too slow. Wish is also great for recovery. All in all, while Braixen isn't a bad fighter at all, it might be better as a companion. That's what it was built for after all. My friend Daisy has a Froakie, but it hasn't evolved yet. The evolved form I studied was actually owned by the leader of the scouting team Daisy was a part of. It's really strong, as in it hits hard, and it's also pretty fast, though its defenses are bad. I tried to think of a fun way to say that for almost half an hour, like, as bad as some animal is at breathing water, but I found out that most animals can actually swim pretty well and do fine in water, so I was like, let me think of something else, and I landed at as bad as a fish is at breathing air or something, but I didn't want the comments about how I'm a fish or that some fish can actually do it fine, so I'm like, whatever, let me just say bad. Anyway, this Pokemon's super poisonous or something. It evolves from Froakie at level 20. Frogadier is a Poison-type Pokemon with the abilities Poison Touch, Poison Point, and hidden ability Protean. It learns moves like Sledge Bomb, Flare Blitz, and Dark Pulse. Its poison is not just painful, but induces a burning feeling. It's probably hot to some degree since it can turn plants to something like charcoal with just a touch. Frogadier eats the charcoal it made for itself, so maybe it's got some kind of engine in there. I don't know much about it other than it's a really good fighter. Even without Protean, it does numbers with Poison Jab, but Protean allows for Flare Blitz to do crazy damage, and even for U-Turn to do nice chip. Maybe Will-O-Wisp Toxic Spikes or something along those lines could work in the 4th move slot. And that's all I got for this video. Check out my Patreon and consider subscribing for just $1 a month to support me and get your name at the end of my videos. Thanks Captain Kobop, Art of Dying, and Mr. Kill. Last week's video came out on time, and now we're back to our regularly scheduled irregular schedule. Thanks for watching!